Emma didn't vanish overnight. It happened quietly. No dramatic post, no teary video. Just one silent evening where she turned off her phone, stared at the dark ceiling, and whispered, "I can't live like this anymore." She wasn't depressed in the way movies show, crying uncontrollably or lying on the floor. She was smiling at meetings, replying to messages, posting sunset photos on Instagram. And yet, she was disappearing. On the inside. For months, she'd been waking up tired, not because of lack of sleep, but because of lack of purpose. Each day felt like copy-paste. The same breakfast, the same small talk, the same endless scrolling to numb the emptiness. But that night something changed, she decided. For 30 days I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. No phone, no noise. Just me. Day 1, 5 a.m. The alarm buzzed, her body resisted, her mind screamed, but she got up, not out of motivation, but because she had nothing left to lose. She walked to the window and just sat. No thoughts, no plans, just silence, and honestly, it felt stupid. She felt stupid. But she showed up again the next day. By day 3, the silence started talking back. Not in words, but in feelings. Guilt, anger, regret. Feelings she had buried under productivity and playlists. She picked up a pen and wrote in a notebook, "I don't know who I am anymore." That sentence scared her more than anything. Lesson 1. Silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. By the end of the first week, her body was adjusting, but her mind wasn't. She wanted to quit. She questioned the point of it all. But one morning she made tea, sat by the window, and instead of thinking, she listened, not to birds or city sounds, but to herself. For the first time she realized how loud her thoughts had become, and how long she'd been ignoring them. In week 2, things shifted. She added small rituals, a 10-minute stretch, 5 minutes of deep breathing, and 15 pages of reading. Real books, not social media captions. She started reading a book on identity and self-worth. One line struck her like lightning. "You are not what you do. You are who you are when no one's watching." That day she looked in the mirror, not to fix her hair or check her skin, but to really look. Her eyes looked tired, yes, but they also looked alive. She smiled, not for a selfie, but for herself.
Lesson 2. When you stop performing, you start discovering.
By day 15, she did something bold. She wrote a letter to her 17-year-old self. It began with, "I'm sorry I stopped dreaming." She cried through the whole thing. She wasn't sure why. Maybe because she realized she wasn't lost. She was just paused, waiting for someone to press play again. She started documenting her journey, not for Instagram, not for a blog, but in a secret folder titled, "Becoming Me." Week 3 was heavy. Old memories returned, a friendship that ended badly, an opportunity she never took, a version of herself she let go of just to fit in. But instead of avoiding them, she welcomed them. She wrote about them, reflected on them, forgave herself for them. Lesson 3. Healing doesn't happen in motion, it happens in stillness. Then came day 23. She woke up before the alarm. That morning something was different. She wasn't dragging herself, she was looking forward to the silence. It had become her sacred space, a place where she wasn't judged, where she didn't have to explain herself. She started planning, not her career, not her content calendar, but her life, What did she love doing? What made her lose track of time? What kind of people made her feel safe? She didn't have all the answers, but for the first time she was asking the right questions. On day 27, she shared one line from her journey on an anonymous forum. I took 1 hour every morning for myself, and it changed everything. Hundreds of people responded, some curious, some skeptical, some desperate for hope. One comment stood out. I thought I was alone, but now I know I'm not. She smiled and closed the browser. She didn't reply. She didn't need to. Because the point wasn't attention. The point was connection. Lesson 4. You don't need a new life. You need new eyes to see it differently. Day 30. The final morning. She stood by the same window, same tea, same silence. But she was no longer the same. She was lighter. Not because her problems vanished, but because she had stopped running from them. She wrote one final line in her notebook. I didn't find answers. I found myself. She turned on her phone, not to post, not to scroll, just to text her best friend. Hey, I missed you. Let's talk soon. That day she went back into the world. Same clothes, same job, same city. But something was different. She was home, not in a place, but in herself. And maybe that's what we're all searching for. Not transformation, but reconnection. So here's a question for you. If no one was watching, who would you choose to become?